best described as a musician's tribute to the centenary of World War I. Guy Walton's new album, A Muddy Waltz, has just been released, accompanied by a live show.
He sits in a corner of the bar. He thinks of days gone by, and he wonders why. It seems like an age ago.
I just feel moved by war in terms of the human impact it has on, of course, the soldiers and the people who go and serve and fight for freedoms. But also the families and people left behind and who have to wait and those who lose loved ones. I was walking around the house one afternoon, I don't know exactly when, and I said to when I was writing the songs for the album, and I said to my wife sort of randomly, I said, oh, I want to write a waltz. I want a waltz on the album. And my wife just came out with and said, oh, A Muddy Waltz.
Holes in the ground, holes in the sky. It's a muddy waltz, so we've forgotten quite why. They told us to join, they said we'd be free. It's a great big world, why not come and see?
And the show really follows the Diggers from the very first song on the album, which is called Invaders, which is really when Germany came into Belgium in 1914. And then it moves from Invaders to a young Albert, young Australian guy, signing up very enthusiastically, as they did at the beginning of the war, because they didn't know how bad it was going to be. And just kind of progresses through the war and going off to Egypt and the Middle East and then to the Western Front and back home again. It sort of ends with a reflection, I suppose, on a soldier's life. I built a few props for the show. I built a tank. Yeah, it's a World War I tank, which were kind of like like a rectangle that was pushed like that. You know, they weren't like World War II ones now. And I did a show at a high school once, and we had a bit of a question and answer thing after the show, and one of the kids asked me if my tank was a submarine.
He fought on the hills, he fought on the plains, he fought in a foreign land so we could remain. And the bullets, they went by as they tore the morning sky, and his friends, they would show pictures of a girl they know.
I'm not a historian, and I'm not trying to be. So the way I tend to do things is I read a lot, and I kind of have a general idea of what I want to get out of it, what information I need, but I try to sort of let it, what sticks with me, and then I feel like I don't have to force it. My great-grandfather was in the AIF. When I started doing all of this, I didn't know that. Let's see where it goes. In a way, I try and take a fairly philosophical approach to things. I mean, nothing in life is guaranteed. I hope people like the album and that it maybe helps people reflect upon the lives of those fellas from World War I.